castle, there was no one to let him in. So now, where the place where they stayed last night, he went back over there to get his elder brother's sword. But nobody allowed him to get in. See why? Then Arthur remembered the sword he had seen in the churchyard. Now Arthur remembers that he had seen a sword which was stuck in the stone. He recalls that. I will go to the churchyard, he said, and take that sword with me. So what Arthur will do? He'll go to the churchyard, the place. So what Arthur thinks is, when these people are not allowing me to get inside the castle to bring my elder brother's sword, I have seen a sword in the churchyard. Let me go there. He's thinking like this. I can go get that sword for my elder brother, that is Sir Kay. So he rode into the deserted churchyard where the stone with the sword stood unguarded. So now what he did? He ran into the churchyard, the place behind the church, and nobody was guarding that sword at that time. The guarding knights were away at the tournament. So all the guarding soldiers were participating in the tournament. Going up to the stone, young Arthur took the great glistening sword by the handle and lightly and deftly he drew it out of the stone. And now Arthur will go near that stone and he holds the handle of the sword. Slowly and lightly he tries to pull it out and the sword comes out of the stone. He rode back fast and delivered the sword to Sir Kay. But as soon as Sir Kay saw it, he knew, well, it was a stone, it was the sword from the stone. He rode swiftly to his father. And now Arthur will bring and give his elder brother the sword which was stuck in the stone. And Sir Kay will know that this sword was stuck in the stone. So what he'll do? He'll go to his father and he'll narrate the whole story. Sir, cried Sir Kay, his voice trembling, surely I and none other am chosen to be the King of England, since in my hand I bear the sword of the stone. So Sir Kay will go to his father and tell, now I am chosen to be the King of England. He's telling, as I've taken this sword out. He's not telling that Arthur has done it. He's telling it is me who has done it. So I am going to be the King of England. On seeing the sword his son carried, Sir Ector turned to him and asked, tell me, did you pluck it from the stone? So now, father is asking Sir Kay, when he saw the sword in his hand, he's asking, is it you who took it out from the stone? Sir Kay's face fell, but he answered stoutly, no, I did not pluck it from the stone. Sir Kay will tell, no dad, it isn't me who's done this. My brother Arthur, who went back to fetch what I had forgotten, brought me the sword. So he'll tell, it's not me dad, it is Arthur. When I sent him to the castle, he didn't get it from there. He rather brought it from the churchyard. Then Sir Ector turned to Arthur. Tell me, did you pluck the sword from the stone? Now Sir Ector is also confused. So he'll ask Arthur also. Sir Ector wants to come to a conclusion that if it is Arthur only who is taken out from the stone. So he keeps asking the same question to him. Tell me, Arthur, is it you who has taken it out from the stone? The boy confessed how, having found all the doors in the castle locked, he had hurried to the churchyard and plucked the sword from the stone that rested there. So Arthur will narrate the whole story that the soldiers didn't allow me to get inside the castle. So I saw the sword which was lying in the churchyard. I went there and from there I brought it for my elder brother Sir Kay. Then Sir Ector became thoughtful. He made them turn about and ride back to the churchyard that lay some distance behind them. There, young Arthur replaced the sword in the stone. And now what the father does is, he'll tell, go back to the churchyard and keep the sword back there in its place. My son, draw out the sword, said Sir Ector to Sir Kay. And Sir Kay tried once and twice, his muscles cracking and his face aflame, but he could not withdraw the sword. So now all these people went to the churchyard, they placed back the sword in the stone. And now father wants to find out who has taken out the sword. So he'll tell his son, Sir Kay, try taking it out from the stone again. But Sir Kay fails in doing so. Now let's see what happens. However, when Arthur laid his hand upon the sword, it slid from the stone as a sunbeam across across a wall. So now Sir Kay finished his turn. Now father says, this younger son. The moment he touches the sword starts coming out. And it was like how the sunlight falls from, sun rays falls on a wall. And when he had replaced it, it stuck as fast as before. He's telling that the moment he placed the sword back in the stone, it stood like as it was before. Then Sir Ector. So here we get to know that Arthur was able to place back the sword and he was able to take it out from the stone as well. So how is it? It is compared to the sun rays falling, right? Nobody can stop the sun rays from falling on a wall. So it is similarly like how Arthur did. He was able to place back the sword and he was able to take it out as well. Then Sir Ector said to the boy, you were entrusted to me while yet a baby, but your parentage was not made known to me. Sir Ector is telling to Arthur that you were entrusted to me, that you were handed over to me. I do not know who are your parents. He's telling to the Arthur that when you were a small baby, I took over the responsibility to look after you. So I do not know who are your parents. Now I begin to think that you are of a higher destiny than I thought. So now Sir Ector is telling Arthur that now I realize that your destiny is more higher than what I had thought. Let us travel to the Archbishop and tell him of these events. So now father has decided to go to the Archbishop. Then they went to the Archbishop and told him that the sword had found its master. So they go to the Archbishop and tells that who is the master of the sword. The Archbishop appointed a day for the trial to be made in the sight of all the people. So now Archbishop will fix one day. On this particular day, you have to go and take that sword out from the stone in front of everybody. On that day, the princes and knights came together and each tried to draw out the sword as before. And now the day has finally come and everybody was given a chance to take out the sword. So everybody will do this. But as before, none could so much as stir it. So as before, as nobody could move the sword a little, the same thing happened with everybody. Then came Arthur and pulled it easily from its place. And now Arthur will come, and the moment he touches the sword, it is coming out of the stone. The knights and princes were terribly angry that a mere boy and from nowhere in particular had beaten them. Now everybody has become angry because a small boy who was not known to anybody is able to pull that sword out. How is it possible with them and not with us? So everybody is angry and they're jealous. And they refused to acknowledge him king. So everybody told that, no, we do not accept him as a king. They appointed another day for another trial. Nobody could believe that Arthur was able to do this. So what they did? They started doing this again and again. 3 times they did this and every time the same thing happened. So when they continued this for 3 times, the same thing happened and they saw that it was Arthur only who was able to put back the sword and take it back easily. At last, at the feast of Pentecost, Arthur again pulled out the sword before all the knights and the common people. So now, Pentecost is also a festival of Christians and that is the 7th Sunday after Easter. As we have Ramzan and Bakrid, even they have Christmas and Easter. So after on Easter, the 7th day, they celebrate a festival called as Pentecost. On that day, in front of everybody, Arthur pulled out the sword. And who all were present? All the soldiers as well as the common people. Then the people rose, crying with one voice, Arthur shall be our king. So everybody started shouting and the voice was like crying voice. They all told, this Arthur will be our king. Has not the sword and therefore the voice of God revealed him to us? So now they are telling, this is the sword and the voice of God. That is the prayers which have been answered has revealed the king to us. That is Arthur has become the king to us. So they knelt before him offering their loyalty. So everybody will start showing their loyalty towards the king. And so Arthur became king of England and all gave him allegiance. So everybody supported him, and with respect and loyalty, they accepted him as the king. So I hope you've understood this lesson. Thank you.